Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, how's it going? I hope all of you are doing well in any bad situation. My name is Faisal Fantia. I am student from Pamulang University and my student ID number is Attention earlier, when I made this video, I was suffering from chickenpox and maybe my face will look like smallpox nodules that haven't dried yet. Plus the white ointment that I used on my face. So I hope you guys can understand and still enjoy the video. So today, I will make a review novel video to fulfill my final semester examination for pros courses at my university. The novel I will be reviewing is entitled Ike Detectives, and I will review it with its plot and structure, characters and characterization, them, and its plot and structure. This novel is the work of Alex Pavesi, who lives in London and spends his time writing crime novels after previously working as a software engineer. The novel, which has 352 pages, was later published by Penguin Books at August 20, 2020. And I will be attached the ISBN in here. Okay, now let's move to synopsis of the novel. All modern mysteries follow a simple set of rules. Glenn McAllister, an author of crime fiction and professor of mathematics, once sat down and worked them all out. But that was 30 years ago. And now, he's living a life of seclusion on a quiet Mediterranean islet until Julia Hart, a sharp and ambitious editor, knocks on his door. His early work is being republished, and together the two of them must revisit those old stories. An author hiding from his past, and an editor probing inside it. However, as she reads the stories, Julia is unsettled to realize that there are parts that don't make sense, intricate clues that seem to reference a real murder, one that's remained unsolved for 30 years. If Julia wants answers, she must swim in a battle of wits with a dangerously clever adversary. But she must tread carefully. She knows there's a mystery, but she doesn't yet realize that there's already been a murder. After reading and knowing the synopsis of this novel, I conclude that this novel has a synopsis that is quite detailed and sufficient to tell the readers what the content or what is the plot of this novel. The plot of the story in this novel begins with Julia Hart, who has traveled to a small Mediterranean island to meet Grant McAllister. She wants to republish his only crime fiction book, a book which looked at the art of killing from a mathematical viewpoint. When she meets Grant and they begin to work two stories together, Julia begins to realize that there is more to the tales and to Grant than first meets the eye. The structure of this novel is unusual. 8 detectives tell the stories, all with echoes of Christie and all solved by observation and deduction rather than by modern day forensics. At each session with the author, Julia reads one story aloud, after which she and McAllister discuss it in detail, considering which of the formula is applicable and where lie the inconsistencies in the story. It seems straightforward enough, but of course, these conundrums are encased within another mystery which Julia realizes that she must solve. But Grant is not all he seems. He claims to have a poor memory and tries to insist there is no connection between the 7 stories, but Julia is not convinced. She wonders if there is some link between the collection, Grant, and the long ago unsolved white murder, which she believes may have provided the title. Besides that, this novel also has a suitable structure such as exposition, raising action, climax, holding action, and resolution. After I read this novel, I can assume that the characters in this novel are described very clearly and uninhibitedly in this novel. As the novel progresses, the reason for this cold detachment become clear. But I found it a bit confusing at first, especially since Grant and Julia's conversations often approach the arctic awkwardness. The characterization in this novel is a chilling one. There is something chilly about Grant and Julia, and the stories in Grant's book are often grim dealings where detectives become murderers, friends fight each other, and victims are often the perpetrators themselves. The type of character in this novel is the main character who is a protagonist and a genius figure. The reader reads the stories seemingly at the same time as Julia does, with the pair discussing the mathematical formulation behind the murder. The theme of the novel is rather the construction of detective fiction conventions in a new collection of short stories that are also small novels in which generic detective story plot ingredients are mixed and present in a rearrangement medley of those materials. In a sense, The Eight Detectives provides us with a variety of victim, suspect, and detective themes. The novel is a set of 7 mysteries, placed within an overarching narrative. They are all written in the style of the golden age of crime. Writing and the Eight Detective is present throughout, though perhaps not obvious at first. All the stories are worthy reads, not long enough to develop character. The plot of each is more important, though all over a mistake, a twist, and a solution which the reader is challenged to spot. Some murders are more gruesome than others. There is an abundance of violent slayings, mostly in genteel surroundings, with a sprinkling of police brutality thrown in for good measure. The novel's point of view is first person, with Julia as the main character playing the detective. Julia Hart and Grant McAllister participating in a session of work around what is expected to be publication of 25-year-old collection murder mystery short story. Julia is an editor at a small mystery publisher and has discovered the White Murders. The author of White Murders is Grant, a mathematics professor and mystery enthusiast who writes stories to show that there is a mathematical definition of a murder mystery. Finally, we reach the conclusion of this review. After I spent my time reading this novel in 2 weeks, Eight Detectives has been defined as smart and unique, but its framing story fell flat for me. I truly loved most of the 7 short stories. They had been eerie and had echoes of classic mysteries about them. The characters had been no longer fleshed out, but the story carried them though. Those 7 stories were supposed to demonstrate the mathematics of the murder thriller, the rules that observe to all crime fiction. I assume this would have worked simply as properly with aggression observed by means of the stories. But I guess short story collection don't sell as well as novels. The outline means that there are clues to a chill case in the stories. That is actual if you understand the details of the bloodless case. However, those aren't given until nearly the end. There has been no way for me as a reader to connect the dots and make a try at fixing that myself. That is reputedly no longer one of the policies of murder thriller writing. It turned into mention through Julia that there had been inconsistencies in the textual content. Some that I observed, however, it became a piece like they desired us to play editor instead of clear up anything. So that's all the reviews of the novel Eight Detectives that I can convey in this video. I apologize in advance if there are mistakes in speaking English that I'm talking about. And of course, I apologize if my review is still not perfect. I will be very grateful to hear your criticism, comments, and suggestions in the video comment section below. I'm Faisal, say goodbye. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Yes, 1, 2, 3. Hello guys, how's it going? Yes, hello everyone. How's it going? I hope you